You chose absolutely right, tuning in to Rwanda Television tonight. Welcome to our edition. This is what is coming up. 800 families who have been living in high-risk zones at the Gisozi here in Kigali district are being relocated to safer areas.
The Union Cycliste Internationale UCI revealed that for Rwanda to have been chosen to host the 2025 UCI Road World Championship, it is because of its hospitality and experience in hosting such events.
Good evening once again and welcome to Rwanda Television News with me, Sam Kalisa.
And me, Martina Vera.
How are you doing, Martina?
I'm very good. How are you doing today?
Very, very great.
Okay.
Yes, so starting off our edition tonight, let us inform you that on the sidelines of the ongoing United Nations General Assembly, President Paul Kagame met with the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. The two leaders discussed a security situation in the Great Lakes region and beyond. They also exchanged views on the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, the reform of the international financial architecture, and the summit of the future.
Now, 800 families that have been living in a high-risk zone at Gisozi here in Kigali are being relocated to safer areas, though some of the residents say the decision has taken them by surprise and they are yet to decide on where they will go. We have more with this report.
The decision to relocate the families comes after heavy rainfall on Wednesday night caused a retaining wall to collapse on one family's home while they slept, killing 4 of its members, raising fears of other collapses and prompting authorities to issue a relocation announcement to the residents, saying anyone living in a high-risk zone has until midday Thursday to leave.
I
have nowhere to go, and they are telling me to take my things to the Adventist church and leave them outside where they'll be rained on. They should be giving us 5 to 6 days to find other houses to rent or go back to the village, because right now I do not even have the money to take me back there. Anything is possible, including upgrading these buildings. They did it for people living close to main roads, even lending them money to renovate their houses and make them stronger. It's fine to issue a master plan detailing how construction is to be carried out in a given area, but you can't tell a family of 9 people to vacate their home in a matter of hours. By the deadline to leave, it was clear that the local residents were dragging their feet on the matter, although 2 p.m. saw crowds gather at the office of the Kanyinya settlement leader to receive money to help them leave, with those renting homes to be given 30,000 Rwanda francs to find other lodgings, and homeowners receiving 3 times that amount to do the same. There is no question that this is a risk zone, and we cannot criticize the government for taking this decision. If anything, we commend it, but the fact is that many people simply do not have anywhere to go. We were caught completely by surprise by this decision to relocate, and so we came here to get the assistance that will allow us to comply. Kigali city officials are urging the local residents to realize that the issue of them having to leave the high-risk zone is a matter of life and death. First, let it be understood that this is not just about moving, but saving lives. With the quantity of rainfall, the nature of the high-risk zone, and what happened last night, we could not wait a second more before issuing the directive to relocate. This does not concern just that one area, because this is being done in other high-risk zones as well. Between April and May this year, up to 4,300 families were relocated from high-risk zones in Kigali city, and activities to comply lists of other families living in such zones and need to be moved have continued.
On Thursday, the prosecution requested that suspected serial killer Denis Kazungu remain in detention and denied a bail due to the magnitude of the crimes he is accused of. More details with Prince Manzi.
Today, Thursday in the morning, Kazungu Denis, charged with 10 counts, including murder, that he committed in Kicukiro district, was arraigned before Kicukiro Primary Court. The prosecutors presented to the court counts Kazungu is charged with, stating they are big crimes, hence concerned that if released, he would dodge the justice or harm some of his victims who provided basic information on the case. The prosecution requested for a 30 days detention. After this request, the judge asked the suspect to present his defense, and the accused declared that they concur with all that the prosecutors said. Nevertheless, the accused Kazungu Denis firstly requested the court that his hearing be done in private, as he did not want the media to disseminate his deeds, as he killed 14 people, stating that he would provide additional information to what was known after his arrest in the start of this month. After being arrested, the investigation bureau demonstrated that where Kazungu resided, present was a pit he dug for burying the bodies of the murdered, and 12 bodies were found there. The prosecution demonstrates that there are still 2 bodies missing. The court will deliver its ruling on September 26. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Prince Manzi, for that report. The city of Kigali shed light on the decision of removing the tents across the city, where they were identified as part of the city's zoning regulations and entertainment standards. Adam Squizera with more.
This decision was addressed to some of the owners of the tents where various events are held, since it was supposed to be enforced on September 15th this year, especially that it was shown that this decision was taken mainly based on the Ministerial Order of 2019 that establishes regulations related to the organization of the cities and buildings, and also on the master plan of the city of Kigali for 2020. Some of the tent owners who chose to be anonymous due to their privacy noted that this decision was surprisingly, since most of them had already received advance fees from their clients, while others have bank loans. In the press conference, the mayor of the city of Kigali, Rwanda Pidance, stated that the main intention is not to remove these tents, as it has been said, since it was shown that it is a part of the plan to comply with the standards of entertainment venues. The aim in this program is for people to be mindful of the master plan. The city is not stopping the usage of tents, rather measurements are to be followed as long as the activities to be carried out were considered and revised, and you are permitted. You can have a tent of various activities like exhibitions, wedding, and more. What is considered here is, are the activities being carried out similar to what is required by the master plan? On this point, the mayor of the city of Kigali also urged the operators of these activities as well as the providers of other services, including bars and restaurants, to better comply with the instructions issued by the city of Kigali regarding the noise pollution control. The reason all these are being linked with the measurements in place of noise reduction, it is because it is part of what is taken into consideration to permit nevertheless. This campaign is still new, and in addition, there are other requirements like fire extinguishers and more. But all this can also lead to not be accepted to perform some activities, but there are some you can. However, regarding this decision to close some of the tents that do not comply with the requirements, the city of Kigali has announced that on Friday there will be the discussions that will bring together the private sector practitioners, especially those who own the tents. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Adams. And moving ahead to sports matters, the International Cycling Union, also known as UCI, has revealed that for Rwanda to have been chosen to host the 2025 UCI Road World Championships, it is because it is of its hospitality and experience in hosting as such events. Meanwhile, on Thursday, there was a demonstration of how preparations are going. Prince Manzi with the details.
The 2 years countdown is underway as Rwanda prepares to host the UCI Road World Championships in September 2025, a first ever UCI World Championship to take place in Africa. The Ministry of Sports and the Union Cycliste Internationale had discussions with various sectors concerning the preparations for a successful cycling championship. It is expected that the UCI Road World Championship will be participated in by 20,000 people, among them are 5,000 cyclists, their coaches and assistants. The Rwandan Minister of Sports, Aurore Munyagaju, calls all the involved in various sectors of operation to stress their efforts in a successful 2025 UCI Road World Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 short years and for 8 days non-stop, the cycling world will set its sight on Kigali for a remarkable event. Our goal is to make it an excellent and memorable competition for all participants. Work is already underway in Kigali for circuits, preparations, services, standardization, and cyclist readiness. We are all in all the way to 2025. With the experience that Rwanda has acquired in organizing cycling competitions, I'm calling on all involved in your respective areas of operations and interest to pool all our efforts and resources as we make progress towards September 2025. I am honored to welcome you to the official preparation of this event and pledge the full support of the government of Rwanda and its stakeholders to a successful UCI 2025.
The Director General at the Union Cycliste Internationale, Amin Alanaye, states that she believes Rwanda will successfully host this championship.
Morocco was one of the two candidates, but Rwanda, Kigali, was the best candidate, and I'm very honored and pleased to be here today to celebrate these 2 years to go. So, as said by Madam Minister, the preparations are going well. So we have a very fruitful collaboration with the local organizing committee, and we are also working with the national federation to have African athletes, rising at this UCI Road World Championships, and that's why we have a development program with the federation and the Tour of Rwanda, which is, let's say, the vitrine of the UCI Road World Championships, and we expect many spectators to see and watch what's going to happen in Kigali, Rwanda. Everybody is asking us. Everybody is excited.
The 2025 UCI Championship will feature various sections, including the women under 23 years of age. In September 2019, Rwanda applied to host the championship, and the application was approved in 2021. The UCI Road World Championship started in 1921, and it is among the 5 biggest sports tournaments, all disciplines considered. Prince Manzi, RwandaTV News.
Participants in the discussions to mark the International Day of Peace expressed the need for collective participation in order to achieve peace, preserve what has been achieved, and prevent the threats to peace, including poverty, drug abuse and divisions, and the genocidal ideologies. We do have the details.
Held under the theme Peace Starts With Me, discussions were attended by young people from all districts of the country. Some of the youth acknowledged their role in addressing and preventing various hindrances to peace. We should work together to fight all sorts of divisions and the genocide ideology. Problems like poverty, school dropouts and others, the role of the youth in solving those issues will be very helpful. The youth need to step up and solve all those issues affecting the community. The Executive Director in charge of National Unity and Community Resilience in the Ministry of National Unity and Civic Engagement, Uwachu Julien, noted that the unity among Rwandans is the key to sustainable peace, urging the youth to prevent shortcuts that can lead them to danger. Do not be comfortable with being poor, but even with the little that you have, be at peace and be motivated to work harder and achieve more other than getting something you did not sweat for, which might cost you even more. Among the measures taken by the country to eradicate poverty includes education for all, farmers receiving ngunganire, job creation, processing and value addition, and other programs and policies that's meant to give us sustainable peace. The Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies, Honorable Mukabalisa Donati, expressed the government's commitment to helping citizens find solutions to the issues they face. You know that the youth are represented in different institutions of the country, including the parliament. You should make use of that opportunity given to you. We are here to listen to your ideas and work together to get solutions for the issues you face. The The participants of the discussions held in the Parliament building showed that the lack of peace is not caused by war or conflict only, which is why all institutions are encouraged to participate in activities aimed at the development and well-being of every member of the Rwandan community.
Right. Thank you very much for being with us on this edition. On behalf of the entire news production as well as the technical team, we really can't thank you enough. Up until next time, stay safe.
And have a great night.
Goodbye.